think you're gonna run off with him?
You're driving too fast!
Answer me, damn it! Are you planning on leaving me?
We're gonna go off the road!
So, we have a whole bunch of great Vinegar Syndrome titles coming to us very soon. The Black Friday announcements were pretty dope. I'm really excited about the 2 mystery titles. It's just a whole lot of, oh hey, we live in good times when we're not looking out the window. So, I wanted to go ahead and take a look at a few of my favorite Vinegar Syndrome releases that I, for whatever reason, have not gotten around to on this channel. Of course, since Black Friday is rapidly approaching, you probably want to know what you should pick up. A lot of these titles are probably not going to have slipcovers anymore, but if you want to get them at the best possible price, then of course you'll want to pick them up during that Black Friday sale. Either which way, first up we have a 1975 Canadian thriller released back in 2018, Sudden Fury.
Fred Bates was angry. He had tried to talk to his wife, reason with her, until that moment when she finally admitted she'd been unfaithful.
Sudden Fury, the tale of how much pain and misery a greedy loser can create if he's just driven enough to do so. Sound familiar? So if we just pop this out, so again, this slipcover is sold out. You're not gonna be able to grab this from the website, but if you really desperately want the slipcover, you can go to eBay, pay an exorbitant amount of money, a lot of raised shit, a lot of not raised shit, just a lot, but it looks great. You open that sucker up, and you got that same artwork, and then you have the alternate artwork, which I somehow have never actually switched. So I'm gonna go ahead and switch that up. So it's the slipcover artwork on one side and then slightly altered artwork on the other. Look at that. Beautiful. Simply beautiful.
Marriage is a partnership, remember?
So, let's do this, what we do all the time now, and read the back. Fred and his wife, Janet, have been experiencing problems in their marriage.
I don't have any money, you've got the money!
But when she refuses to help him fund the building of a rural, but when she refuses to help him fund the building of a But when she refuses to help him fund the building of a resort and subsequently reveals that she's had an affair, Fred snaps, staging a car accident on a country road and leaving Janet for dead. What seems like a perfect crime disguised as an accident is spoiled by the unexpected arrival of Al, an innocent passerby who, in his attempt to save Janet, quickly finds himself fingered as the most likely suspect in her murder. Hey, Vinegar Syndrome, if you could not use the word fingered in a release like this, that'd be great. Thank you very much. So, yeah, Sudden Fury. Again, I am shocked that I have not reviewed this one yet. This is easily my top 10 from Vinegar Syndrome. I love this film. In a way, it carries the same appeal of a movie like The Swimmer, in that it does a whole lot with very little. It also tackles, I guess, a similar theme if you think about it. Not very exactly, but kinda. Point is, it's a simple film. As moderator Peter Kaplowski says in the commentary, it's got very little meat on it. It is a lean, mean, fighting machine. There's no filler in this movie. It's just, here's your characters, here's your setup, okay, go! We're very quickly introduced to our characters, presented with Fred's selfish dilemma, and shortly after, everything goes to shit. We're given a series of minimalist, nail-biting sequences that ratchet up the tension, leading to a finale that is both extremely frustrating and just about perfect. Also, heaps of dramatic irony, if you're into that sort of thing. Heaps of dramatic irony, so much dramatic irony. In the Battle of the Mustaches, both Dominic Hogan and Dan Hennessy hold their own against each other. Hogan is arguably the stronger presence, displaying enough misplaced machismo and cowardice for us to really hate his fucking guts. Look at that fucking guy. Piece of shit. Hennessy is a little more subtle with his performance, but winds up really making you feel devastated for him as his kind-hearted attempts at being a good Samaritan fail time and time again. Gay Rowan as Janet, she has a fairly brief role in the film, but her early scenes with Hogan are just, Exactly what the doctor ordered for this film. So good. Honestly, it's impressive just how well director Brian DeMood manages his cast, rounding it out with Hollis McLaren and David Yorston as a couple of innocent farmers caught up in Fred's bullshit. Sadly, Dominic Hogan died of a heart attack in 1976 at the age of 40. This is a 1975 film. Pretty much, it's very depressing because he was right there, right at the cusp. This was his first leading role, puts in a stellar performance, and sadly, he passed away. Now, Dan Hennessy, he went on to a very successful career as a voiceover artist, so, a little bit of sad, a little bit of good, I guess. I think that this is really, like, a great sort of trapping a performance in amber time capsule sort of thing, because you really get to see that this guy had a lot going for him as far as talent went, and it's too bad. But it's good that we got this one really just phenomenal film out of him before he passed. Anyway, enough sadness. DeMood. So director Brian DeMood, he went on to a pretty successful career. He was a photographer, and I think even now is a professor of film. So, good for him. He gets to teach people how to make movies, and he should, because he made a fucking great one. Still, it is sad that he never did direct another feature film. Like, I'm glad that he wound up doing well, but at the same time, it's frustrating that we'll never get another piece of work from him, presumably. I'm assuming that he's not raring to go again all these years later. It'd be cool if he did, but it is a little frustrating, especially since this really should have been a classic. And in a just world, it would be right up there with all the best of the best when it comes to indie thriller cinema. But for right now, we're just going to have to take that word classic, we're going to have to take that word cult, and we're going to have to slide that on over next to it and let that be it. At the very least, we can appreciate it as an important addition, and let's even call it essential addition to the Vinegar Syndrome library, and just more reason why they are such a great company for giving us little gems like this. The visual presentation here is, as usual, top-notch. The 16mm negative used for this restoration does show some wear and tear. There's a lot of specs and what have you, but nothing aggressive. Vinegar Syndrome is great at keeping a light touch with these restorations, meaning it looks exactly as it should without any obvious digital enhancement. That said, Sudden Fury is naturally not the most vibrant picture, even if the red of blood basically drips off the screen in its brief appearances. Let's see, extras-wise, we get a commentary track with Brian DeMood, moderated by Peter Kaplowski. Really solid track, very technical. It deals with production, how it went down, all the techniques used, moments that were just luck that worked out, and of course, frustrations inherent in low-budget filmmaking. A lot of stuff about that. It's a great commentary. I really enjoyed it. Brian DeMood is a very warm personality, and I really like that when it's someone who really obviously loves the craft. And I think it helps probably that he's a teacher. I feel like that probably comes through a little bit in his commentary. Beyond that, let's see, we get an isolated score by composer Matthew McCauley, a stills gallery, which is actually a pretty good stills gallery. It's like 5 minutes long, and shows a lot of fun behind-the-scenes stuff. And then trailers. That's about it. Other than that, just trailers. So, not the most jam-packed release, but as I've kind of noted before, if I can just get one really great commentary from a release, then that is more than enough for me. And in this case, it's great commentary for a fucking stellar, downright, like, basically perfect movie. Like, I have zero issues with this film. I think, honestly, this isn't even a con, but I wish it was a little bit longer. I wish they could have just, like, really tighten that wire just a bit more, really let it, like, try to stretch it on out and give us a few more moments of tension to really sink our teeth into. That's the worst thing I can say about this. It is a great title. I love it. It's one of my favorites in my collection. If you don't own it already, I highly recommend grabbing this during the Black Friday sale, or if you're watching this in the future and we're past the Black Friday sale, then whatever sale you can get it in, because this movie is fucking sick. Or just pay full price. Fuck it. That's how good it is. Pay full. You know what? Skip it, Black Friday. Pay full price, motherfucker. Yeah. Fuck you. Go watch a movie.